Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. And today I am going to be talking about Prince Andrew and this book that's going to be coming out by Virginia Giuffre, Virginia. And what Andrew is going to do about it, or at least that is what is being reported. And then also Meghan Markle's show with Love. Meghan will debut on Netflix tomorrow, essentially midnight tonight. Yes, Otis. And I will be watching it for you so you don't have to. All right. So let's talk about what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. Okay, I don't know if you all saw, but Meghan posted on her Instagram this little short video of her putting her flower sprinkles on food, and her guests made a joke about it being so gay, and Meghan had to have a she had to have a laugh about it because it was so funny. And I essentially think it's her trolling people that are making fun of her and her flower sprinkles and the little bug that we saw in her flower sprinkled cookies. She's really trying to ham up the criticism, and I think it is a good tactic. However, if you are going to poke fun at things that people are doing, like she did with the mommy dance, and what she did, of course, with this most recent Instagram post around the flower sprinkles, address the things that you have done. If you want to address things that people are calling you out from as then trying to make light of these things that you've done, then address the things that you have done that people criticize you for. Like, for example, not speaking to your family, how you've dissed your family, how you get rid of your friends, how you essentially do all these things that make people not really like you because you're not authentic. For example, yet again, having this show in a house that's not your house. The things that went on around your time in the royal family, the lies that you told about the royal family. Come out and give an explanation to say why you said the things that you said. Maybe Meghan is planning to do these things when she and Harry are no longer together, because at that point, Harry will then become the enemy, and then she could kind of make up these stories along the way later, which is what I think she's more than likely going to do. But I do see a new strategy in terms of what Meghan is trying to do to be more accepted by people, and that is making light of things that she's been called out for so that she can look like she has a sense of humor. She's not taking things so seriously. It's definitely a tactic, but at this point, it's too late. If you really look at it, it's too late. You should have come out the gate doing things that were lighthearted and not taking things so seriously from the very beginning. Now we've got all these reports about you. We've got the Netflix documentary. We've got the book Spare. We've got how you've trolled Catherine, how you continue to troll Catherine. Nothing you do now to kind of switch it up and to make it like you're taking things a little bit easier. You're not so uptight about it. If you're not so uptight, it's too late. Yeah, like I've always said, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, Meghan. Okay, but we see what she's trying to do. And then that whole video she put out of Harry surfing to the song What a Man, What a Man. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking what a man is going to be a man in the ocean. If you are a man and you're going to, talk about your man being a good man and a mighty good man to that Salt and Pepper song in a controlled environment, that just looks like he's in the kiddie pool trying to learn how to surf. That's not impressive. So I think she's even kind of trolling Harry with that post. There's nothing manly about him doing these things and being pulled to learn how to surf or to show that he can surf. Get your butt out there in the wild open air ocean with unpredictable waves and try to do what you were doing in that controlled environment. Then that would be impressive. But so I just think she might even be trolling Harry with that post, because I don't see it. And would Harry have approved of this? I doubt it. So Meghan's show is going to be dropping on Netflix, so I will definitely be coming out talking about the things that I've seen, so you don't have to. What is going on with Prince Andrew? Well, it is being reported that Prince Andrew to leave UK for good? Question mark. Okay, so the Duke is preparing to leave the UK to seek fresh start away from the public gaze. Prince Andrew is said to be preparing to leave the UK and step back from public life amid reports of an upcoming book from Virginia Giuffre, one of his accusers. And I hear it is bad. She's got her money. She's no longer around. We know she is deceased. But at the time, I bet it was like, I'm just writing it all down. And who knows what she wrote? I mean, we know that she was mistaken about a relationship with Alan Dershowitz. So I just see what she may have written could be very, very damaging for Andrew. A royal source close to Andrew claimed that the Duke of York might be thinking to bid adieu. Otis, what you doing? You like in my shot right now. I'm still talking. I haven't said goodbye. Can you sit down, please? Sit. He might be saying adieu to the UK or to his royal life, it is saying. Getting rid of his UK spotlight, seeking a fresh start away from the public gaze. Yeah, I bet you don't want people gazing at you once they probably read what's in that book. You're going to be trying to keep a real low profile then. You don't want nobody to see you, because they're going to be looking at you with the side eye when they read what's in that book. I'm sure it's going to be pretty damaging to him. So they added, amidst speculation surrounding Virginia Giuffre's upcoming book, the prince could take a bold step, leaving behind the grandeur of royal life in the UK. The insider continued, as the controversy swirls around him, he is seeking solace in a quieter existence, something that I remember saying that he should have done all along. Once the queen gave you the boot, you should have been like, okay, I'm just going to go disappear, live your life in luxury, and just say, okay, it's a wrap. But he didn't want to do that, but now it looks like he might be doing that. One that promises a chance to rediscover himself. It is emerging amid reports that Virginia Giuffre completed a memoir before her death, which will be released later this year. Giuffre took her own life, they're saying, in April at the age of 41, with her family remembering her as a fierce warrior who will always be remembered for her incredible courage. And I am having problems with her taking her own life, only because you just not long ago got a settlement. You are living a life where your media attention was slowly starting to subside. You were allegedly writing a book, and then you decide to unalive yourself. I have my suspicions. And then also that photo of her that came out where she posted allegedly about being in an accident in Australia. She didn't even look like she still had life in her in that photo. Something very suspicious has happened, I believe, around this woman. Now, this highly anticipated book is due to be published in the U.S. on October 21st and is expected to recount her experiences with Jeffrey and Ghislaine. There are speculations that the release is likely to reignite scrutiny of the Duke of York, who previously reached a multi-million-pound settlement out of court with Virginia. And we also know that there's this book that has come out that has also given Andrew and the House of York a real big smackdown, called Entitled, with Andrew Lowney. And now another book. I can imagine it's a lot to deal with. However, there are claims of sexual assault have never been tested in court, and King Charles's younger brother has consistently and strongly denied them. So she became one of the most prominent victims of Epstein, who died in prison in 2019, and Maxwell, who is serving 20 years sentence in the U.S. for trafficking underage girls, which I have heard Virginia did as well. And it would make sense that she would have done that. But That's not being reported, but that's what I believe. Now, according to The Sun, Penguin Random House will publish her memoir. Sources said its release had initially been delayed due to her health issues. And I think her being no longer on this earth had a lot to do with that book she was writing. That's why it just doesn't make sense that you wrote this book and then you take your life and then your book comes out. There's a lot of shadiness going on around the things in this Epstein thing, because I think it goes far deeper in the world than we can ever imagine. And that's why things are just not very clear and transparent, or make sense for that matter. So that is what is happening. I believe that maybe he might want to leave the UK. I think he might be having a breakdown. He might be having a conundrum with all of these things resurfacing, especially after he's already made a settlement, got less money in the bank, and now the stuff is not dying down. And I did a video on this about the report with the list with Jeffrey Epstein coming out that the judge denied. And there was a point that was made that some are saying that even President Trump is behind that report not coming out, which I can't say that, but that's, I read what the article said. I didn't read my thoughts on that, but that makes sense as well if he's attached to Epstein as well. So I think there's just so much that's not clear around all of these allegations, these reports, and things that are being said. It is so shady, 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 shady. And we can just now look to what's happening with Meghan and Harry to see that even the spare of more recent times is also having some issues around his wife, and Andrew the spare as well has found himself in a predicament. I think, hey, look, when you're the spare, be happy you are the spare. Live a low profile life, do the right thing, and just get on with it. I think Andrew made a big mistake trying to get back into royal life with all these things hanging over his head. And now it just, why didn't you in the settlement say that Virginia couldn't write a book? She couldn't talk about, who was the attorney? Why wasn't this negotiated? That there could have still been a book written after you settled with this woman. That doesn't even make sense that you would even allow that as part of a settlement. Maybe it was, I don't know, but I just think finally Andrew is looking to step outside of the public life and just go away and just live a very quiet existence to rethink his past life choices. Yes. All right. That's all I have for this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you all in the next video. Toodles!